Hello and welcome to your YThrive home exercise video. My name is Sandra and I'll be your instructor today. So today we're going to do a short at-home core workout that you can do anywhere. You don't really need any special equipment. If you have a mat at home, you can use it. If you don't, then the floor is fine. So we'll get started with a brief warm-up just to sort of get some things moving and get into it. So come into a comfortable seated position, whatever feels good for you. And we're just going to bring the left fingertips down, right arm comes up and over in a nice deep side bend. So lengthening out through that right side. Gaze can be up or down, whatever feels more comfortable for your neck. And just take a few breaths into that side body just to find some length and space. And then bringing it back up to center, right fingertips cup down, left arm up and over, palm faces down. Let that right elbow bend. And again, whatever feels friendlier for your neck, just gaze up, gaze down. Just really looking to get some length in that side body, sort of open things up a little bit. Just breathing in, keep that left sit bone down. And then coming back to center. Take a breath in the middle. And then we'll twist to the left. Bring the right hand to the left knee. And bring the shoulders around, gaze is behind you. Keep that spine nice and stacked, shoulders over the hips. And again, breathing into it. So inhale, find some length in the spine, and exhale to twist around. Come back to center, take a breath in the middle. And then the other way. So we'll twist to the right, left hand to the right knee, and just use your belly to pull yourself around. Gaze is again behind you. Keeping that spine nice and stacked, not leaning into it, just stay nice and upright. And coming back to center, and we'll roll over onto hands and knees, so onto all fours. So take a moment to line yourself up, so the wrists directly below the shoulders, knees directly below the hips, fingers are spread. Take a moment here, find some length through the spine, so draw the crown of the head forward and the tail back. And we'll do a few rounds of cat-cow. So on the exhale, imagine you have a tail, tuck the tail under, round the back and drop the head for cat. As you inhale, lift the tail, drop the belly, lift the head, cow. Exhale, tail tucks, back rounds, head drops. And inhale, tail lifts, belly drops, head lifts. One more round. Exhale, tail tucks, round that back, get some movement in there. And then inhale, lift the tail, drop the belly, lift the head. Exhale back to a neutral spine. Take a breath here. Tuck your toes under. And then just hover the knees about an inch off the mat. So keep it nice and low. So we're not, again, trying to make this extreme. The higher you lift the knees, the easier you're going to find this actually. So it's better to keep them a little bit low. Imagine just a piece of paper or something under the knees. So think about pushing the floor away and finding that length through the spine. And breathe through it. Belly stays firm, nice and strong as we hold it here. And just notice where you feel it. Notice what muscles are turning on. Just notice. Just a couple more breaths here. And then we're going to take the left leg out, toes tuck under, right leg out, toes tuck under, and come into plank. So if plank is great for you, then stay here. If you need to modify, you can always drop the knees. Just trying to keep a nice long line through those hips. So if you got the knees up, we're not letting the hips dip or lift. You're trying to keep them nice and strong. Tuck the lower rib cage in, find length. And again, think about pushing the floor away. It's almost a little bit of a dome through the upper back. Nice and strong as you push it away. And stay with that breath. So instead of holding your breath, breathe in and out, calm and even. We're almost there. Just a couple more breaths, couple more moments here. Just letting everything wake up. Using those core muscles. And again, if you need to come out, then always feel free to drop your knees. You don't have to stay just because I'm staying. You adjust to where you're at this morning. or this afternoon. Okay, drop the knees, sit back on the heels, lift the hands, and circle the wrists a little bit just to sort of ease off a little bit of the pressure. It's a lot of weight on your wrists and they're not really used to it. So we're going to come back into that plank shape. So plant the palms and come up onto the toes. And then we're going to lift the right arm towards the sky, coming into a side plank. Arms are stacked, nice and straight. And you have options here. If you need to modify, you can drop the left knee to help support. You can have feet staggered or stacked. Or if you'd like to one-up it, you can always think about lifting that top leg, if you don't fall over. Gaze can be up at the fingertips if your balance is up for it, or down. And almost think about lifting the hips a little bit higher instead of letting them dip down. Take another breath here. Nice and controlled with the breathing. And get the shoulders away from the ears. Hold it here, push that floor away. Instead of collapsing into that bottom arm, can you create some tension, some tone? One more breath. And then release that right arm back down. Back to planking, come onto your knees, shake the wrists out. And we'll go into the other side. Again, coming into that plank shape. Lengthen out through the legs. Take a breath. Press into the right hand, left arm reaches up for the sky, and you're choosing your version, your option. So you can either drop that right knee to help support, or feet staggered, or stacked. Gaze can be up, top leg can be lifted. A little easier on this side for me, and that's pretty typical. Gaze up or down, just to stay with it, nice and steady. Push that floor away, and again, instead of letting that bottom arm get saggy, really think about the action of moving away from the floor, really pushing it away. Breathing here, staying with it, and again, making whatever adjustments you need to stay in. One more breath, and then release that hand down, and back onto your knees, and shake the wrists out. Take a couple of breaths. We're going to come back onto hands and knees. Go back into that tabletop position, lining yourself up. The wrists directly below the shoulders, knees directly below the hips, and that spine really nice and long. On your next inhale, float the right leg straight behind you, parallel to the floor. And then the left arm reaches forward, thumb faces the sky as if you're about to shake someone's hand. And then we'll do some crunches. Okay? So on the next exhale, round the back, elbow tucks the knee, it touches the knee. And then inhale, lengthen out. Exhale, pull in that knee. Maybe they touch, maybe they don't. Inhale to find length. Exhale, pull it in. And inhale, lengthen out. Exhale, crunch. And inhale, nice and long, push with the heel. Exhale in. Inhale, long. Exhale. And inhale. Two more. Pull it in, really nice and tight. Inhale. Exhale in. Inhale long. And then return the hand and the knee to the mat. Take a breath. Other side. Float that left leg straight behind. Press out with the heel. Right arm floats up. Thumb faces the sky. Palm in. Take that breath. And then on the next exhale, round the back. Elbow touches the knee. Inhale. And exhale in. Just moving with that breath, using the breath. Finding that length. And really focusing on pulling that belly in, using those muscles to create that shape, create that round back, really strong. 2 more. Last one. Pull it in. Inhale it long. And then return the hand and the knee to the mat. Take a breath. And then we're going to come down onto our bellies. So all the way down. Untuck the toes. Stack the palms. Place the forehead down. And just take a moment to catch your breath here, just to rest. Maybe wiggle the hips a little bit, side to side. And then we're going to come into our version of Locust or Superman, which is a great strengthener for the back body, the back part of the core that we tend to ignore a lot. Then we're going to reach the arms forward, palms face in. Toes are untucked, so the tops of the feet are down. And then on an inhale, we're going to do that cross body thing again that we just did with that bird dog. You're going to float the right arm up and the left leg. And then exhale them down. Same side. Inhale up, right arm, left leg. Exhale down. Moving with that breath. And thinking about creating length more than height. You can keep the forehead down if that's what you need, if that's what feels more comfortable for you. You can do just lower body or just upper body. Again, find something that's a challenge for you, but isn't overwhelming. Just keep going. You've got 3 more on this side. Last one. Exhale it down. Stack the palms. Place the forehead down. Maybe wiggle the hips a little bit. And then we'll do the other side. So again, stretch those arms out long. Really press those right toes down into the mat. And this time, we'll float the right arm and the left leg up. Again, really focusing on lengthening through the back body here as you do this. It sounds counterintuitive, but think about sinking the tailbone down. Not quite a tuck, but moving in that direction. Four more. Keep moving with that breath. Last one. Lift and lower, stack the palms. Wiggle the hips a little from side to side. Now one more thing on our bellies. And we're going to reach the arms forward, palms face in, into a Y shape. So, or a V shape, whatever you find makes more sense for you. If you find that tight across the backs of your shoulders, then you can always take it a little bit wider, whatever feels better for you. On an inhale, lift the toes, lift the hands. And then as you exhale, spread the feet and bring the arms into a W, elbows bend, palms face down. As you inhale, legs come together, arms reach forward back into that Y shape. And then exhale into that W as the legs come wide. Moving with the breath. Inhale, Y. And exhale, W. Keep that tension through the back body, nice and tight, nice and strong. And again, think more about long than about high. And just focus on staying with the breath. Keep the breath moving. And again, if you need to, just focus on the upper body. Leave the lower body down. One more. Exhale. Inhale. Forehead down and wiggle. Wiggle the hips a little bit to release. And then we're going to press through all fours and come into a seated position on the mat. So for boat pose. So boat pose is something we use quite a lot in core classes. It uses a lot of those really important muscles through the front body. And you have options. So the most important thing with boat pose is to keep the spine really long and avoid sort of hunching in. So if you can keep the spine long, back at about a 45-degree angle, you can either grab the backs of the knees, you can come up onto the toes, you can float the shins parallel to the floor, or you can straighten the legs. You're doing a version that is challenging for you without being overwhelming. And again, you can always modify, in the middle if you need to. So I'm going to float the legs up parallel to the floor. We're going to do twisting boat. So start at the center, hands reach forward. Take a breath. And then as you exhale, we're going to twist to the right, bring the right arm behind you. And then inhale, back to center. And then same direction, exhale, open it up. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center. Release it down, take a breath. Maybe let the chest drape over the knees. Head drop. And we'll do the other side. I'm going to turn around. I don't have my back to me. So again, your version, either toes down, hold the legs, reach forward, find that really long spine. Inhale, and as you exhale, twist behind, and back to center. And twist, open that left arm, and center. Open, and center. Two more. Open. And center. Open. And center. Release it down. Drape yourself over your knees. Let the head drop. And just take a breath. Always let yourself breathe in between. Good advice. We're going to do one more version of boat, called listing boat. So I'm going to turn this so you can see what I'm doing here. So same rules apply. So again, if you need to keep the toes down, keep them down. If you're comfortable floating them up, and keep that nice long spine and float them up. Bring the arms out, and then we're just going to lean to the right. And back to center. Same direction. Lean over. And back. Three more. Lean. And back. And lean, and back, keep your balance. Last one, and back, and release it down. Only one more side. All right, so find that nice long spine, float the legs up, maybe the arms, let go, and then we're just gonna lean over to the left, and back, and to the left, and back. Three more. Just try and keep the spine long. You gotta avoid hunching in. Last one. And back to center. And release it down. Just let your head drape. The head drop. Okay, last exercise, guys. We're almost there. Home stretch. So we're gonna come onto our backs for this one. Yes, backs. You like it. Come onto your back, knees are bent, feet flat on the floor. Feet are hip distance apart and parallel to each other. Just think about tucking the shoulder blades under a little bit, making sure the neck is comfortable. And then we're going to take the right leg and cross it over the left thigh, just above the ankle. Okay. So we've made a nice figure four with the knees. And then place the palms flat on the mat, glued to your sides. And then as you inhale, lift the hips, try and keep them level. And then exhale, lower them to a hover. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower.
And again, we're not letting them fall the entire way. We're not releasing the tension on those. We're not relaxing into the mat. Last one, lift and lower, release it down. Uncross the legs, maybe windshield wiper the knees from side to side. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. So feet are planted. Cross the left shin over the right thigh. Arms glued to your side, palms down. And then we'll lift those hips. And then we'll do those lifts and lowers just to that hovers. Exhale just to that hover, and then inhale, lift. Exhale, hover, and lift. Moving with the breath, nothing sudden. It's really easy to rush these just to get it over with. We're almost there. Home stretch. Last one. Release it down. Uncross the legs. Hug your knees into your chest. Rock a little bit from side to side. And then roll over onto your side. Come up into a seated position. Either cross-legged or kneeling, whatever is more comfortable for you. And same as we did at the beginning, we're going to bring the left fingertips to the left side and reach that right arm up and over and gaze up or down, whatever is more comfortable for you. And then come back to center. And then over to the other side. Breathe into that side body. All the way back up. Inhale to find some length. Exhale, twist to the left. Gaze behind. And back to center. And exhale to the right. Back to center. And then a couple of those seated cat-cows. So same thing we did on our hands and knees at the beginning. So just hold your knees. And then on an exhale, tuck the tail under, around the back, and drop the head. And then as you inhale, lift the tail, press the chest open, gaze up. Same thing, tail tucks, back rounds, head drops. Tail lifts, chest opens, gaze up. One more, just like that. And on an exhale, return to a neutral spine. Well, thank you very much for joining me. Hopefully you enjoyed that. Please leave comments if you have any, and we're happy to hear from you. You have a great day.